Hey there, Lacey here with the Sweet Pea Chef, and if you're like me, you're always on the lookout for high protein, easy breakfast to start the day off right. One of my favorite high protein breakfasts is something that also combines two of my absolute favorite things, protein and pancakes. So today I'm gonna show you how to make protein pancakes, plus we're gonna go over 4 super easy, yummy, and high protein pancake recipes so you can definitely get started making these today. So let's get started. So I'm gonna be using a kitchen blender to make all of our protein pancake recipes. You could also use a food processor, or if you don't have either of those, you can just mash everything up with a fork. It's gonna be a little bit lumpier, but it will definitely be tasty still. First, let's kick it off with some banana protein pancakes. For your banana, I recommend using a very sweet, very ripe banana because it's gonna really help sweeten your entire pancake. This is the perfect use for those overripe bananas on your counter that you just do not know what to do with. So in your blender, we're gonna add in some uncooked rolled oats, a ripe banana, eggs, egg whites, baking powder, sea salt, ground cinnamon, vanilla or unflavored protein powder, and ground flaxseed meal. Then we're gonna just blend all of this until it's very smooth. Should take about a minute or so. To cook our blender protein pancakes, we're just gonna heat some coconut oil over medium-high heat in a skillet or a griddle. Instead of coconut oil, you could also use organic grass-fed butter if you wanted, but I actually prefer the taste of the coconut oil. Your choice. Once the pan is hot and your oil is melted, we're gonna put in about 1/3 cup of our batter into our pan. And what this is gonna do is gonna make about a 4-inch pancake, which is what we prefer in our house. If you wanted to have a bigger pancake, add a little bit more batter. Smaller pancakes, add a little bit less. Then just let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. You'll know it's ready to flip when the edges go from shiny to dull, and you start to see a few little bubbles start to pop up in the middle. Then just quickly get your spatula and flip it on over, and then cook for another 1 to 2 minutes until it's all the way cooked through. Then repeat with the remaining batter. This recipe should yield you about 6 to 8 4-inch pancakes. To serve your banana protein pancakes, just top with some sliced banana and then drizzle it, of course, with some pure maple syrup. Not too much though, we don't want to ruin our healthy breakfast, so just use just what you need. You could also use some raw honey if you wanted, or you could just eat them plain without any added sweetener. For protein powders, look for ingredient lists that are very small and that ones that taste good to you. I use a whey protein for this, but you can use whatever protein you want. Or you could leave the protein powder out entirely if you wish. But adding that protein powder in there does up the protein count in your pancakes and makes them a high protein pancake recipe. Next, we're gonna be making some chocolate protein pancakes, which are super delicious and rich and yummy and awesome because they're chocolate. So in our kitchen blender, we're gonna add in some eggs, followed by 2 ripe bananas, uncooked rolled oats, chocolate protein powder, unsweetened cocoa powder, and some ground cinnamon. And then we are gonna blend this until it's very smooth. To cook these, just like with our banana pancakes, we're gonna heat our griddle over medium-high heat and add in some coconut oil. Then once that melts, we're gonna add in about 1/3 cup of our batter. Allow the edges to go a little bit from shiny to dull, and for those little bit of bubbles to start in the center, and then flip it on over. Cook the other side until golden brown and the whole pancake is cooked through. It should take another 1 to 3 minutes, depending on how large your pancake is. Then repeat with the remaining batter. To serve these pancakes, I love topping them off with some fresh raspberries and then a little drizzle of pure maple syrup for some chocolate raspberry deliciousness. To store any of the pancakes we're making today for an easy grab-and-go high-protein breakfast, just place them in an airtight container or a Ziploc bag. They'll last in the fridge for most of the week, or you could freeze them and then they'll last for a couple months. Now, let me show you how to make sweet potato protein pancakes that are high protein and grain-free. So in our blender, we're going to add in some cooked mashed sweet potato. This has no skin on it, but you could leave the skin if you really wanted. I removed the skin. Then add in some egg whites, vanilla protein powder, ground flaxseed, baking powder, ground cinnamon, and vanilla extract. And then just blend until smooth. And that's that easy, it's so awesome. Then just like with our other pancakes, we're gonna heat our griddle over medium-high heat, add in that coconut oil, allow it to melt, then pour in 1/3 cup of this batter. And we're gonna let this cook a little bit longer because the sweet potato really doesn't cook as fast as the other recipes. So you wanna leave it a little bit longer. You'll notice that the edges still do get that nice dull look and the center does start to bubble, but it'll take just like a minute longer than the other recipes. And then you just flip it on over and then cook that other side for another 1 to 3 minutes until it's nice and solid and cooked through. And then you just remove it from the pan and repeat with the remaining batter. To serve these sweet potato protein pancakes, top them off with a few chopped pecans, which just go great with these, and a little bit of pure maple syrup, and you are good to go. When I was first making pancakes and I didn't really know what I was doing, I found that the first 1 to 2 pancakes usually are a dud and they don't cook right, and it's because you're getting all of those temperatures right. So I highly recommend once you get the right temperature and you get a pancake that looks like how you want it, don't change that temperature. Keep it that way and then repeat with everything and then don't mess with it. That's gonna have the highest success for the best pancakes. Next, we're making oatmeal protein pancakes, which just require 5 ingredients and are a great go-to base protein pancake recipe. They're so easy. So in your blender, we're gonna add in some egg whites, uncooked rolled oats, vanilla protein powder, pure maple syrup, and some ground cinnamon. And then just blend until smooth. Just like with our other pancake recipes, we're gonna get our griddle heated over medium-high heat, and then we're gonna add in our coconut oil, allow that to melt, and then we're gonna pour about 1/3 of a cup of our pancake batter onto the hot griddle. Once the edges go from shiny to dull and you see a few bubbles in the center, it should take about 2 to 3 minutes. Go ahead and flip it on over and cook for another 1 to 3 minutes until it's cooked through. Then repeat with the remaining batter. To serve these oatmeal protein pancakes, I love to top them with some sliced strawberries and then drizzle a little bit of pure maple syrup over and then enjoy. I hope you love these 4 protein pancake recipes and that you feel confident now to make your own protein pancakes at home. Let me know in the comments below which one you're gonna make first because I love hearing from you. And don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.